All right, I've got some ginormous ribeye steaks here. We are going to sear them and then we're gonna finish them in the oven. Dry rubbed ribeye, creamed spinach, and we have Pommes Chef Anne. So the first thing that we are going to do is dry rub, salt, brown sugar, garlic powder, porcini mushroom powder. Porcini mushrooms grow in Italy. They're very earthy, just really nice depth of flavor. Cayenne pepper. All right, so we just get this all mixed up. So it really is a good idea to let our meat come to room temperature. It kind of relaxes a little bit and you will get a much more even, much nicer cook on the whole situation. Just really get a nice rub on there. And we wanna do it everywhere. There we go. So I'm gonna let that hang out for a little bit. I'm gonna wash my hands. So the next thing is my Pommes Chef Anne. We have this little nonstick frying pan that we're going to fill up with potatoes. All right, let's talk about this. This is called a mandolin. It has a super sharp blade and it will take the tips of your fingers off and not even feel bad about it. But this slices things so beautifully thin and that's what we're looking for here. So give yourself a little flat spot. Not like this, all right, like this. Flat, flat, flat. When you get to here, ditch it. It's not worth the 1 cent of a potato versus your finger. So we're gonna coat the bottom of our pan with olive oil and make like a pretty sort of round design. We're going to alternate between salt and Parmesan cheese. Give a little olive oil every now and then. Once you get a couple of layers in there, really press it down. That will help it really stick together. We'll finish up with a little oil on top, a little salt. We're gonna brown this on the bottom. I wanna make sure that I'm not burning on the bottom, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more oil in the edges of my pan so it gets along the bottom. In the meantime, all right, you wanna hear a nice rambunctious applause. Now, I'm gonna brown it on all the sides, the fat sides and everything. Hello, gorgeous. All right, let's check this guy out.
Brown it.
Oh, yeah. All right, have your pan in one hand, put the lid on the other, let the excess oil drain out. If you don't do this, when you flip it, it could come out and burn on your wrist, and we don't want that to happen, okay? So, now, then when you get here, this is fun, commit to it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Whoa. And we just slide it right back in. You can put a little bit more oil. Really press it down there. Crispy, crunchy, yum. We're gonna finish this guy right in the oven. All right, here we go. So thyme right in that. How exciting is that? A bulb of garlic right in there, all right? So I'm gonna take a little bit of butter and it will help make a really tasty outside of our steak. Give it a butter bath. Like this is a raw steak, but it's still already, you're like, right? Get it everywhere. And then I'm gonna put this in the oven. We'll put our garlic in there, okay? For my spinach, all right, a decent amount of oil in the bottom of that pan. I'm gonna take 2 garlic cloves. This is a very Italian thing to do. So you take a garlic clove, you hit it with this part of your hand, and then you smell it. I mean, to me, that's like chef perfume. A little pinch of crushed red pepper. And I'm going to let that garlic toast in there just till it's golden, and then we take it out and throw it away. It's fulfilled its garlic destiny. Then we're just gonna go into spinach mode. Go ahead and start sauteing spinach. Salt, more oil if you need to. As it's wilting a little bit, you can keep adding some more to the pan. So we'll just be letting this cook down. We have a bowl with a colander in it, lined with a side towel. So we'll do this with the garlic one more time. So we're just about done with sauteing our spinach. Okay. All right, we're gonna let that cool down. So we're gonna make a bechamel. Dice 1 shallot. All right. So we're gonna sweat our shallots. We give it a sprinky dink of salt, teensy pinch of crushed red pepper. We're gonna build our bechamel right on top of that. All right, so butter, flour. See, it's sort of a light brown or blondish kind of color. It smells
so
a little
good.
nutty. Milk, heavy cream. So get it all stirred in. See what I've got here? See about this consistency? This is where you want it to be when you bring it to a boil. So let's see what we got going on here. Crispy, crusty on the outside, but it feels soft and pillowy on the inside. All right, so we're gonna take this out. We're gonna just let it hang out. We're just waiting for steaks now. Our spinach, our cream spinach stuff is like, okay, it's starting to come to a boil. Now we're gonna find out the reason for this guy. Look at this. I'm gonna take it. And so this is really, really hot still. Push on the bottom of there. So to our sauce, let's add about half a cup of Gruyere, half a cup of Parm. To taste one more time. Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. So you don't have to squeeze all of the liquid out of the spinach, like leave it a little bit wet so then some of the liquid can go in there. So if you see this really thick, we can give it a little bit more milk if you want. So there we go, there we go. I'm gonna go get my steaks. Hello, beautifuls, right? All right, so there we go, cream spinach. We can finish this with a little sprinky dink of Parm.
Yeah.
Look at that, good, right? All right, so we're gonna cut the bone off, but we're gonna serve that. All right, there we go. Slice it on the bias. Okay, now, this is where things get tricky. See, laid out a little bit. So then you can see the beautiful doneness of the steak inside. And then we dismount with a little bit of that situation. Spinach could go like that. And then don't forget this guy. Okay, you wanna try it?